A woman accused of burning down her boyfriend's home in Carroll Plantation was back in court on Monday. Good afternoon, I'm Susan Farley. Also, an Exeter woman is facing several felony charges following a high-speed chase over the weekend. And Maine State Police are working to raise awareness of a dangerous habit some drivers have that needs to be changed. We'll explain along with the rest of our stories. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. First, let's check in with meteorologist Devin Biggs for a look at the forecast. Devin?
Hey Susan, happy Tuesday afternoon. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Luigi and Fredericks. Across from Eastern Maine Medical Center, serving the greater Bangor area for over 65 years. Alrighty, so we had some fog developing earlier this morning that dropped visibility to less than a mile in a few areas, though. Notice how things are starting to improve by this point as the fog is starting to clear out of here from the area. But for now, though, we're watching a small crack advisory that's currently in effect running until about the noon time frame. As we head towards Wednesday, gusty winds will be continuing to be an issue for a few spots, though, but that'll be as that area of low pressure continues to increase the winds, with a few rain showers that are developing in a few spots. So as we continue to watch for that, maybe a few showers and thunderstorms, not out of the question either as this area of low pressure continues to track off towards the north and east. But for now, though, we're going to be watching for scattered showers and thunderstorms developing during the afternoon. You might notice some snow off towards the north. That will stay away from us. Anything that does fall today and tonight will fall in the form of rain. On top of that, the wind, we're watching out for it too. The winds could get gusty today up to 25 miles per hour in a few spots. That's why those alerts are in effect. And we're going to keep the winds going and possibly getting a little bit stronger as we head towards Wednesday morning. So a couple busy days of wind on the way. But scattered showers and thunderstorms today. Highs getting up into the lower 70s. That southwest wind getting up to around 15 to even 25 miles per hour in a few spots. And your hourly forecast for the rest of the afternoon period, a partly cloudy sky, temperatures making it into the lower 70s, watching out for scattered showers and thunderstorms as well. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Susan?
Thank you, Devin. First up this afternoon, Bangor police have identified those involved in an incident involving a dump truck and a pedestrian on Friday. According to Sergeant Wade Betters, a dump truck driven by 66-year-old Jerry Lavertu of Clifton collided with 66-year-old Jacqueline Capatina of Addison just before 1:45 in the afternoon. Lavertu was turning from Buck Street onto Main Street at the time of the accident. Capatina was walking and sustained very serious injuries. She was rushed to a nearby hospital for emergency medical treatment. Lavertu was uninjured and cooperated with investigators. An investigation is ongoing. No charges have been issued so far. A woman accused of burning down her boyfriend's home in Carroll Plantation was back in court on Monday. 44-year-old Kelly Giles is charged with criminal mischief and felony arson for allegedly burning down her boyfriend's home. Monday, the prosecution and defense discussed several mental health concerns and the role those issues play and the possibility of her actually standing trial. The prosecution has agreed to a mental health evaluation to determine if Giles is competent to stand trial. Whether she is deemed competent or not, both sides agree some form of probation should be ordered to address any mental health or drug use concerns.
Trying to find a just, reasonable resolution and helping someone not be in the position again to do a dangerous act, commit a crime or do a dangerous act.
If completed by then, the results from the evaluation will be discussed at the next court date, which is scheduled for July 6. A Skowhegan man was indicted Monday by the Somerset County Grand Jury on multiple charges of assault. According to court documents, 20-year-old Dakota Colson is accused of injuring a man in Harmony in early June of 2020 using his ATV. He was indicted on multiple counts of assault in that case. Colson was also indicted on multiple charges for allegedly assaulting his 3-month-old son in March of this year in Skowhegan. Police said at the time of the incident that the child was admitted to the ICU unit of Barbara Bush Children's Hospital in Portland. In that case, the charges in the indictment include aggravated assault on a child less than 6 years old, and violation of conditions of release. 31-year-old Amber Bean of Skowhegan was also indicted by the Somerset County Grand Jury on 2 drug charges, as well as 1 count each of falsifying physical evidence and criminal forfeiture. Somerset County Sheriff Dale Lancaster said officers went to Bean's Skowhegan home in early February and found 26 grams of heroin, Suboxone strips, and a variety of pills, as well as cash, scales, and drug packaging materials. Sheriff Lancaster said what is believed to be a considerable amount of heroin was flushed down the toilet and into the town's public sewer system. An Exeter woman is facing several felony charges following a high-speed car chase over the weekend. Holden Police Chief Chris Greeley said 28-year-old Christina Langley allegedly stole a vehicle in Ellsworth shortly after 9:30 Saturday night. He says they received a report from the Ellsworth Police Department as officers were engaged in a high-speed pursuit with the stolen vehicle. Holden police attempted to stop Langley, but she refused to pull over. Greeley says with the help of the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office, they deployed a spike strip and brought the vehicle to a stop in Corinth. He says Langley was taken to the Penobscot County Jail. Maine State Troopers have noticed an increasing amount of drivers failing to yield when entering or leaving a throughway. Troop E in Bangor will be raising awareness this month to help reduce the number of accidents. Sierra Jordan explains.
Maine State Police will be paying extra attention this month to drivers who fail to yield the right-of-way.
We're really putting an emphasis on the interstate corridor, particularly through Bangor, where you have a bunch of exits from exit 182 all the way up to exit 187.
Lieutenant Johnson says state police have seen several crashes along the ramps on I-95 in Bangor.
What we sometimes see is people on the ramp will expect traffic on the interstate to move over to the passing lane or the adjacent lane. And I think traffic oftentimes does that as a courtesy to allow people on the ramp. We've seen some people expect it, and they don't really follow their obligation to yield.
According to Maine's motor vehicles and traffic laws, a person commits a traffic infraction if the driver operates a vehicle past a yield sign and fails to yield the right-of-way to another vehicle. Lieutenant Johnson says anyone who fails to yield will receive a $152 fine, along with 4 points added to your license. However, if it results in a crash, the driver faces a Class E crime.
We checked with the Bureau of Highway Safety, and over the last 5 years on average, about 25,000 crashes are attributable to failure to yield as either a primary or secondary causation factor.
For the month of May, Lieutenant Johnson says the state police will be conducting an enforcement initiative in Bangor to shine a light on traffic safety within the community.
Our troopers will certainly be out, like they always are, enforcing the law, but this is something they're specifically going to focus on and trying to make it a kind of a dedicated enforcement initiative and try to ensure voluntary compliance. Sometimes that can be done with a warning. Sometimes there has to be enforcement action like a summons.
I'm Sierra Jordan reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
7 News at noon. The town of Hancock voted in opposition to a proposed salmon farm last week. Neither side is conceding. We'll have an update when we return.
I got hurt in a car accident and I need a lawyer, but I don't have the money to hire one.
It doesn't cost you anything up front to hire us. We only get paid when we win your case, so you can keep your money in your pocket.
I called the twos and I didn't need any money to hire Lowry and Associates. My money stayed in my pocket, and they got me $200,000.
I'm Jim with Lowry and Associates. Call the twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do you do? Call 222-2222.
Are you eligible for Medicare? Joe Montana is, and he enrolled in a WellCare Medicare Advantage plan. He knows about coverage, and WellCare provides the extra benefits he wants.
Hi, I'm Joe Montana. When you get to be 65, you have little patience for nonsense and inefficiency. That's why when I qualified for Medicare, I went with WellCare.
Take it from Joe. As a WellCare member, you get a $0 or low monthly plan premium on your medical coverage and prescription drugs with $0 generics. And that's not all.
Plus, a flex card to pay for extra dental, vision, and hearing expenses, an over-the-counter allowance, and even give-back plans that put money back into your Social Security check every month.
Call us at 1-866-636-7403. We'll send you our free Medicare all-in-one guide with everything you need to know about Medicare and tell you how to get a $0 or low monthly plan premium on your medical coverage, prescription drug coverage with $0 generics, dental, vision, and hearing coverage, a WellCare Flex card, money for over-the-counter items, and up to $840 back in your Social Security check every year. WellCare is committed to providing our members great Medicare coverage that includes extra health care benefits. If If you want to learn more about WellCare, call 1-866-636-7403. We'll send you our free Medicare all-in-one guide with everything you need to know. Or visit our website, enrollwellcare.com. That's 1-866-636-7403 or enrollwellcare.com to enroll today. WellCare, it's Medicare done well.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Last week, the town of Hancock voted in opposition to American Aquafarm's proposed salmon farm, which was supposed to move into the Schoodic Peninsula. Although the project is moot for now, both sides say they aren't giving up. Stephanie Wittenbach has the details.
Ted O'Mara with Frenchman Bay United says at last week's meeting it was a unanimous vote for Hancock residents to oppose the salmon farms moving into Schoodic Peninsula. According to American Aquafarm's Director of Project Management, Thomas Brennan, the company plans to use Stinson Canning Company in Prospect Harbor as a hatchery and processing facility to restore a working waterfront in Hancock County.
The vote was significant, even though the project is on hold for now. People still see it very much as a threat, and everybody who voted wanted to go on record as saying, yes, we want the town of Hancock to intervene.
Brennan says right now the project is at a standstill, but he says it's been a positive reinforcement for communication between American Aquafarms and the Maine Department of Marine Resources.
Finfish at scale is the way we're going to help feed the population. And we can do it here in Maine, and that is totally consistent with the governor's economic development strategy for the next 10 years.
Brennan says the project will create jobs for Mainers and produce 66 million pounds of GMO-free salmon a year if DMR approves the project in the next 2 or 3 years.
So we are at a point where we're figuring out what we're going to do next. You know, we're regrouping to understand what our options are.
O'Mara says townspeople are ready to fight back.
4 of the 7 towns around the bay now have officially gone on record as opposing the project and planning to intervene when and if it comes back up.
In Bangor, I'm Stephanie Wittenbach reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
A proposed Maine Board of Environmental Protection order would allow the permit issued for an electric transmission corridor to serve as a conduit for Canadian hydropower. The draft order was written by staff in advance of hearings this week that were postponed because of COVID-19 illnesses. The Maine Department of Environmental Commissioner suspended the permit after the project was rebuked in the statewide referendum. The board must still issue a final decision on appeals. The state Supreme Court is also weighing appeals related to the $1 billion project. Ellsworth just added a map to help people pinpoint places to visit while in the downtown area. Ellsworth Director of Heart of Ellsworth, Cara Romano, says the map was established last year, but this year's updated map is a lot more detailed. She says people who visit downtown can find the map on Franklin Street.
The reason why this year is so exciting and so cool is that there is over 10 new businesses that are listed on this map that were not a part of the map last year because they didn't exist here in downtown. So we're really excited to highlight them and to highlight all the businesses who have been mainstays for years.
By the end of the month, businesses in Ellsworth will have a grab-and-go postcard with a map of the shops and eateries in town. Now with Tuesday's business news, here's Leo Jonathan.
Another mixed day for the markets after Monday's sell-off cut 0.4% from the S&P. The Nasdaq was down 1.2%. The Dow gained 0.1% at the closing bell. McDonald's is leaving Russia. More than 30 years after the first golden arches went up there, the company will close its 850 restaurants and sell them off, saying Russia no longer is consistent with its values. JetBlue is trying to buy Spirit Airlines once again after Spirit's board rejected a takeover bid earlier this year to work on a merger with Frontier. JetBlue is taking its case directly to Spirit stockholders. And in the first 3 months of this year, several unidentified reports from ABC say registrations for new electric vehicles were up. EVs make up 4.5% of all the struggling car sales. I'm Leo Jonathan with Tuesday's Business on ABC 7.
Coming up, have you noticed more twins in school or when you're out and about? Well, there's a reason, and we'll explain when we return.
With 7 convenient locations, access to justice is just around the corner, close by and close to home. Find the law offices of Joe Bornstein at Main Street in Sanford, Main Street in Biddeford, Moulton Street in Portland, Route 302 in Wyndham, Main Street in Lewiston, State Street in Augusta, and May Street in Bangor. We are Maine lawyers working for Maine people and Maine people only since 1974. There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
On the Road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from Belfast, is sponsored by Central Maine Denture and licensed insurist Patrick Allen, creating smiles with private care and premium service. The Blue Alpaca Ranch and Store, established in 2014. Visit us for a free ranch tour to meet the alpacas or shop in our store downtown on the Harbor Walk in Belfast. And Vinolio, a mainstay olive oil, balsamic vinegar, and specialty provisions shop lodged in charming downtown Belfast, Maine.
Herman Meadow is a very user-friendly golf course. We have some very good rates. We have discounts for military people. We have discounts for seniors, individual and group lessons for juniors.
The greens, especially this year, they're in excellent shape. It's not a course that won't allow you to hit the ball 10 or 12 times on any hole and still have fun.
There's some challenges out there, but there's also some risk-reward.
It's convenient. You can come in Union Street, you can come in Route 2. It's just in a great location.
It's just a fun place to play.
Something easier, like, come on, what can I do to help you, hon?
Yes! 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 Get out! Andy! Get out of my room! Get out!
You're not lying. I didn't say anything.
Yes, you did. What did you say?
Amy Schneider, 40 wins.
An absolutely dominating performance.
Matamodio, 38 wins.
You are the 3rd longest running contestant in Jeopardy history.
Matea Roach, 23 wins.
Matea makes it look easy out here.
It's the season of Super Champs.
You're now a game show millionaire.
And the season is not over yet.
Is this the beginning of a new streak?
On Jeopardy!
All this week at 7:30, only on ABC 7.
If you think you're seeing more sets of twins these days, you're right. Twin births have been on the rise in the United States for decades. According to the National Center for Health Statistics, Connecticut has the highest rate of twin births, but Maine has its fair share as well. Our Jody Hersey caught up with a few sets of twins and their moms to hear what life with multiples is really like.
I mean, it's chaos a lot of the time, but not all the time. And there's a lot of really special things that come with being a family with twins in it.
Elizabeth Tilton of Hamden basks in the joy of being a mom to 6-year-old twins, Jonathan and Annabelle. There was a time Tilton wasn't sure being a mom was in the cards for her.
We were a family that wasn't sure we were going to be able to have children on our own. So when we found out we were expecting 2, it was a very scary experience, but it was also a wonderful feeling.
An increase in infertility treatments, along with women delaying parenthood to later in life, have both contributed to the rise in multiple births over the years, according to the National Center for Health Statistics. But having twins came as a complete surprise to Sarah Ward, who already had a daughter at home, when her doctor shared she was carrying twin boys.
I remember the first time I was home alone and I had both of them and they both needed to be fed, and that panic or fear of, how am I going to do this? And luckily I have one who is very patient and very laid back.
There are 2 different kinds of twins, fraternal, which is the most common, and identical. According to BabyMed.com, approximately 1 in 85 births result in fraternal twins, while 1 in 250 pregnancies result in identical twins. Ward's 10-year-old fraternal twins will be the first to admit they are more different than they are alike.
I don't like skiing. He likes skiing, but I like basketball and he doesn't.
The Tilton twins have more in common. They have the same kindergarten teacher and both enjoy some of the same foods.
We both like cookies and creams. That's good.
Erin Oberson, a registered nurse and twin mom herself, says there's just something about twins that fascinates the general public.
You know, as moms, anytime we see a mom with a little one, you know, that's
crying or fussy or even just being cute. You know, we all remember what that was like. And then to see someone with two, you know, it's just interesting.
Although raising multiples can be overwhelming, these twin moms say it's been equally rewarding knowing their child has a built-in best friend for life. In Hamden, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Tomorrow we'll hear from two very different sets of twin sisters, one pair that's enjoying their senior year of high school and another that's celebrating being 62 years young. Do you ever wake up with stiff joints? Have you ever had nagging knee or hip pain at the end of a long day? Have you ever been told you might have arthritis? Well, you're not alone. With more, here's ABC's Justin Finch.
New research with the Global Burden of Disease study found that over the last 30 years, cases of osteoarthritis increased almost 80% in the U.S., with more than 50 million Americans currently suffering from the illness. Most of these cases are in the knee, but this kind of arthritis can also affect your hips, hands, and other joints. If you think you may be at risk for osteoarthritis, it's important to maintain a normal weight and keep your muscles strong to help support your joints. Losing just 10 pounds of weight over 10 years decreases your chance of developing osteoarthritis by 50%. If you know this is a problem for you, talk to your doctor about your treatment options. Physical therapy is great for strengthening muscles to offload joint pressure. If physical therapy is hard for you, try at-home exercises. It's important to stay active. Non-steroidal anti-inflammatory medicines like ibuprofen or naproxen can help with pain and inflammation, but you should talk to your doctor before taking these regularly as they do have side effects. Procedures like joint injections or orthopedic surgery can also be offered by specialists. Osteoarthritis is very common, so if you are suffering from this, you are clearly not alone. With this Medical Minute, I'm Justin Finch.
When we return, Devin Biggs has your 5-day forecast.
It wasn't just a little bit of soot on an old family photo. It wasn't just a couple of books soaked in water. And when you called Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration, you were not just another customer. That family photo hangs high yet again, and those irreplaceable first editions stay cemented in history. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration.
Did you know that it's possible to buy the wrong type of flooring for your home? Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or professional contractor, the experts at Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors are here to help, offering solid pro advice from choosing the right material and color to installation. Don DeKalb features the highest quality hardwood flooring sourced from lumber right here in Maine, from Maine traditions. Not only will you get a floor you'll love, you'll get a floor that will last. Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors, buy from the best, forget the rest.
Hey Bangor residents, the City of Bangor is offering up to $2,000 in grants for income-eligible single-family homeowners if you install a new Fujitsu heat pump in your home. And Valley Home Services is an authorized Fujitsu installer. Up to $2,000. Combine that grant with rebates from Efficiency Maine, and you could have a new Fujitsu heat pump installed by Valley Home Services at little to no cost. Don't miss this incredible offer, Bangor. Call Valley Home Services today to see if you qualify.
I got hurt bad in a car accident and I need help, but I don't have money to hire a lawyer.
It doesn't cost you anything up front to hire us, so you can keep your money in your pocket.
They got me $300,000.
There are two sides.
He wanted a companion and to adopt my children.
To every story.
A millionaire's wife on trial for murder.
A killer case that will have you asking, who do you believe? New tonight, 10/9 Central on ABC.
Blue Hill Heritage Trust and Maine Coast Heritage Trust hosted an official trail opening in Brooksville. A.J. Douglas took a hike on the new property and learned how it will have a big impact on the ecosystem.
I see this project as a window into the work of fish passage restoration work.
The Meadowbrook Mill Stream Conservative Area is an initiative to restore fish runs along the coast. Several agencies have band together to restore fish passage to one of the 5 historic runs while creating a path to add accessibility for everyone.
One of the things that we've learned during the pandemic was that being able to access the outdoors for folks was not only a matter of recreation, it was really a matter of public health. And most of those trails are accessible only to people who, are fully mobile.
Carson says this project is overdue.
This run has not been open because of various blockages on the river for 60 or 70 years.
This wooded area has been cleared just so visitors can enjoy the view.
People can walk in and see what a fishway looks like.
Construction cost over $260,000, taking a year to complete. The biggest goal was to allow passage for more alewife fish because they are crucial to the ecosystem.
Alewives basically are everybody's lunch. Otters eat them, eagles eat them, larger fish out in the ocean eat them. They're just they are the bottom of the food chain.
Blue Hill Heritage Trust invites everyone in the Blue Hill, Penobscot, Sedgwick areas, and more to come out and enjoy the trail and views. In Brooksville, A.J. Douglas, ABC7, Fox 22.
Now let's check your full forecast with Devin Biggs. Devin?
Alrighty, happy Tuesday afternoon. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home and Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Alright, we had some fog earlier this morning causing some visibility reductions, and those are improving now. In fact, this was from earlier this morning where some of the visibilities were starting to improve after the fog that we saw earlier this morning, but we're still watching some rain that is developing now, and on top of that, some wind will be an issue as well, which is why we do have a small credit advisory in effect until noon on Wednesday. Note today is Tuesday because of the gusty winds that we will be watching out for. But the rain at this point, though, tracking off towards the north and east. We're still seeing a few showers developing. We'll be watching for maybe a few rumbles of thunder today, too, as we get the daytime heating going with this variable pressure tracking off towards the east. There's a couple fronts here with this, though, that'll be tracking off towards the north and east. High pressure will try to move in soon, too. There's even more excitement across a good part of the country, so it's a very active pattern that we're watching out for at this point. But wave heights at this point are around 3 to 4, even 5 feet according to some of the buoys out there. This will be increasing with the gusty winds that will be moving in as well. Up to 25 miles per hour today. Some areas getting close to 30 miles per hour. Then really getting gusty tomorrow, close to 30 miles per hour in a few spots. But again, temperatures starting to warm up a little bit across the good part of the country. Earlier this morning, we were in the 40s and 50s, and even some 60s and 70s farther down toward the south. Our average high is 66 degrees. We'll do the lower 70s today. Cooling off a little bit by Wednesday into Thursday, then warming up by Friday to the lower 70s. Lower 80s by Saturday, upper 70s by Sunday, then back in the lower 70s as we head towards Monday. Futurecast, all right, a few scattered showers and a few rumbles of thunder not out of the question today, though, with that gusty northwest breeze. That snow you see on Futurecast will stay away from us. We'll just have the clouds and the rain and the thunderstorm chances. But by Wednesday morning, the clouds breaking up, so a nice day on the way for your day on Wednesday. So things looking pretty good by Wednesday evening. Hardly any cloud cover, at least until Thursday morning before our next system starts to approach. Rain chances between now and the weekend we have our eye on, showing about a ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch before we're all finished up. And this is through Saturday afternoon. So some decent rain chances on the way with multiple systems that will be moving in. Scattered showers and thunderstorms today. Highs in the lower 70s as southwest wind getting up to about 15 to 25 miles per hour in a few spots. 44 degrees for your overnight low tonight. Rain showers then becoming mostly cloudy. And that west wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, highs in the lower 60s, and that northwest wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour. In your Scott's Recreation extended forecast, rain chances are back on Thursday, highs in the lower 60s, lower 70s on Friday under a mostly cloudy sky. It will be partly cloudy on Saturday, highs in the lower 80s.
I don't know about anybody else, but I'll be happy to see the sunshine again. That's all for ABC 7 News at noon. Thanks for watching. I'm Susan Farley. We'll see you this evening with Peter Dubois and Beth Jones on ABC 7 News at 6. Have a great afternoon.